All right. Hello. Good evening. Hi. Hello. It's High Priestess Jamila. Hello, everybody. So I thought I was gonna come back tomorrow, but I'm actually back tonight. Hey. I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to come and give y'all a little bit of information about energy harvesting parasites. Uh, in particular, energy harvesting what I call them is energy soul sucking, life force sucking, parasitic entities is what I call them. Okay. And this is not to be confused with psychic vampirism. It's a whole other ball game that is a lot different and a lot more dangerous than an energy vampire. Okay, so everybody can just relax. Even though energy vampirism is not good, it's a totally different thing. So I wanted to come and discuss why do I charge so much for that, but it's worth it because, first of all, let's get into my history with it and why and how I know that this phenomenon exists, and I also know how to remove it so that you won't have the problem anymore. Because I actually suffered from the attacks from these energy harvesting parasites. And it's not like stomach parasites, even though it does materialize in the stomach. When you get rid of it, it will come out with your poop. But it's much different than if you eat a half done steak and you get a parasite from meat. Okay, hold on a second. Binaural one, spell is done. Binaural two, it coming true. Binaural three, sono with the binaural four, it's power store. 1 out of 5, the spell is alive. 1 out of 6, the spell I fix. 1 out of 7, events will 11. 1 out of 8, it is fate. And by 1 out of 9, what's done is done. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, goddess. And I bind this intent by the power of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Blessed be. Okay. All right. So, sorry about that, y'all. I'm multitasking. Um, Energy harvesting parasites are very dangerous. And I've had issues with them. um, in fact, I have a big, tall ass mason jar with the work that I do that I will not show. Um, I'm not going to exactly show that to the public. My clients have seen the work that I do for this situation, but they are swore to secrecy. Okay. So basically, energy harvesting parasites are typically attached at an etheric soul level. And what they will do is they will attach to you etherically. They will very quickly break the body down. Okay, this is no joke. Within, well, with some people, it depends on your spiritual lineage. It depends on how much energy you have. It depends on how much life force that you have. They can definitely break you down, some people down in a matter of months, but a lot of people in a matter of years. Um, it depends on the person. Most people start to realize that they have this issue, somewhere in their 30s. Um, and it tends to get worse in the 40s, in your 40s. And basically, what it does is it sucks all of your life force out. You start having gut issues. You go from having diarrhea to constipation, stomach pains, drained of all of your energy. Dehydration, anemia, mental issues, physical pains throughout the body. It's terrible. Most of y'all that have these energy harvesting parasites will think it's something wrong with you. You go to the doctor. The doctor won't find nothing in your blood work that will explain it, except for probably deficiency in several vital vitamins in the body. And then, of course, dehydration is never good. Okay, that's never good. And so, what it does is it just sucks you dry. And yes, it is a fact that there are some people that carry these entities. Why a person would have no interest in purging themselves of them, I don't know. I don't care. I just tend to stay away from those people. Okay. Um, they typically have a very devastating effect on empathic people, which we're all empathic. We're all empaths. But in particular, extremely sensitive empaths will notice symptoms within minutes of being exposed to them. Um, and you'll end up drained energetically. It breaks down your immune system. It's pretty bad. Um, the reason why I charge so much for it is because it can be dangerous to deal with it. And then also, sometimes I've done work for people with energy harvesting vampires on them, and it will have me in bed for 2 or 3 days. Not anymore, though. Please, I'm not so not six, six, 7, 8. It's 8. 1 out of 9. It's done. It's done. So it can be very dangerous. I'm not afraid of death because of it. Okay. But eventually, if you don't get some kind of spiritual treatment for it, you'll end up in and out of the hospital. Okay. You end up going back and forth to the doctor, trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And there will be no medical explanation for what is going on with you. And so the ritual that I do, that I realize that works on these parasites. Now, keep in mind, they do come in through people. They do. They have to have a vessel. They have to have a vessel that they come through. Okay, even sometimes your pets, but mainly they come through other people. It comes in, it travels by air. And it's pretty bad once you have some kind of infestation of these types of entities. Typically, these are the entities that are like running through bloodlines. So there's a specific thing that needs to be done, and you will be healed of those parasites. They're pretty much interdimensional. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'll be right back. And they're very demonic. They don't really have a body. They're just there to feed off of your life force. And this is something that probably a lot of spiritualists are afraid to take on. But for me, I'm not afraid of it, like at all, because I've actually lived throughout a lot of energy harvesting, in particular for people that carry this, there's carriers of it. Okay. And it can be pretty bad. They can control the mind, the body, and the spirit. So sometimes when you find yourself under mind control, you can be under the, because they just make, I believe, in my humble opinion, that eventually scientists, or if they haven't already figured this out, the CDC is going to discover that these particular entities are responsible for what we call zombies. They are definitely very spiritual, causing people to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay. Um, what I've seen is that they typically manifest themselves through very, very closed minded religious people. So, you know how you'll see the elder that, just insist on, oh, I don't like crystals and candles and stuff like that. And oh, that's so harmful. And God's going to get you and you're going to go to hell and everybody's going to die and burn in hell. Typically, the elders will be infected with them and they can be spread. They're being spread primarily through um, women, the female elders. Okay, but they can also be spread through male elders. Okay, but also through younger people. When I first started my spiritual practice, I spent 3 years and still am, spent years cleansing and clearing myself. Um, is this to be confused with a succubus? To me, they're all the same. The only difference is that a succubus is going to be more of a sexual thing, but the way that we deal with a succubus is the same exact way. 1 out of 4 is power restored. Live, hold on, y'all. I'm almost done. 1 out of 6 is spell out fix. 1 out of 7 events out left. So, I've had cases to where it's taken my body, usually a few days. It depends. Um, But it to me, I feel like that's the beast. I feel that it is the beast because most people have stomach problems. Most people have issues with their immune system. There's a lot of people with autoimmune disorders, a lot of people. And I believe that in most cases is caused by that. But of course, the medical community would say, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, of course. And so a lot of this stuff gets discussed privately because what ends up happening is that if you go and you discuss this with the average Joe, they're going to be looking at you like, you're crazy. So a lot of people that come to me, you're not crazy. Okay. You're not. I actually, as soon as when I do readings for y'all, as soon as I get on the phone with you, I can tell that you have those energy harvesting parasitic entities. I can tell that you have them. And it's not cheap to remove it. In fact, it should take priority over if you need love work. Having a lover is not going to make a difference. It should take priority over everything. And there's a lot of you that don't have that attached to you. But I have seen like an increase in it. Like I can sense it immediately. The way that it'll make you feel, it seems to go straight to the heart chakra, like the liver in the heart chakra. It's so weird. Like as soon as I hear your voice, it'll just speak to me and it'll just start to pull me forward. And it's crazy, but it is what it is. The carriers of these entities they don't get harmed. There's no harm to the person. Um, I consider it to be a demon. I consider it to be part of the body of one big demon. And so, this is kind of one of the things that, when you see a spiritualist do protection, this is one of the things that we are asking for protection from because you'll find that you'll be dehydrated and you've been done drank like 5 or 6 bottles of water. And you're like, why am I dehydrated? Okay. Now we all know that if you drink alcohol, alcohol can dehydrate you. Absolutely. However, eh, depends on if you're drinking enough fluids. I always recommend people that drink alcohol to drink. If you can't drink water, you need to drink some Gatorade because, um, and these entities seem to be super duper attracted to healers and women with children. And part of the reason is because children have a lot of energy. Kids typically have a lot of life force. Okay, especially babies. They have a lot of life force. And so, they just love and it's been happening more and more in the past several years, but it's always been there because you know how like when your baby gets gas, your baby has a lot of colic and the baby is screaming, you may have a parasitic entity that is feeding off of you. And see, every case is different. Some of y'all may have a spirit that may have this energy. So it the cases vary from person to person. It really honestly does, but the treatment for it is the same of what I do. Now, other spiritualists may do it different. Other spiritualists may go and choose a human sacrifice. Well, I'm not into human sacrifice. Hold on. Be right back. So Jamila ain't into human sacrifice. There is a specific ritual that I do for myself lately, uh, and that I do for clients also. And you tend to really, really start to feel better almost instantly. Okay. Almost instantly, because what it's doing is it's pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And no matter how much sleep you get, and your body's going to let you know, you can take a multivitamin, you can take an iron supplement. No matter how much rest you get, you're just still tired, you just still drained. And if the doctors can't really find a reason for that, then you may be suffering from that. You may be having that experience with that particular thing. And so, yes, spiritual demons can cause disease and sickness in the body. Yes, it can. And I've been studying the human body since I was a kid. I used to want to be a doctor. Okay. And it's not that I couldn't have became a doctor, but it's and see, this is knowledge that has been, as far as generationally, even though possibly in the last generation, maybe people have uh, lost that knowledge, but just looking back generationally at the shamans and the witch doctors and stuff in my family, just the people that help people with this, because it's like it causes like this mystery illness, and sometimes if you're in the habit of taking a lot of spiritual baths, and which a lot of people are not necessarily disciplined enough to do that. And then, especially, think about it, if you have to take a spiritual bath every day, I mean, that means that you're going to have like a maid or somebody to, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, and it does start to it does start to take a toll on the spirit. And a lot of times, people that are carriers of these parasites, they're the ones that you have to do the bindings on. Okay. Because typically those people are already very, very, very sick. Okay. Those people are usually already very, very sick. They're not letting you know how sick that they are, but they may be very, very, I mean, so sick to the point where they can barely get out of the bed. Okay. So the reason why I charge um, that much for the ritual work to be done is because sometimes you have to do more than one thing. And then also because it is very risky, it's very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. I mean, I mean, it will literally, those damn things, depending on how strong the host is, or how weak the host is, I mean, will literally drain you of all your energy within minutes. Within minutes. Okay. And y'all notice when I come on here, I don't drain your energy. I'm actually very invigorating for people. If you are dealing with somebody that as soon as you get next to them, you just kind of feel drained, then you know that they're a carrier of those entities. Okay. Even if you cut people off, those entities will still come for you. Even if you cut people off, cutting people off don't help. You can do it. And cord cuttings is not all that is required. It's not just a cord cutting is going to do it. It just is not going to. Um, yeah. Just think, when you think about a person that feels like they have to energy harvest, why do they feel like they have to energy harvest off somebody else? Well, it is because they don't have any energy, because they are infected with those entities. Most of the time, that people that are infected with those entities, they don't want to listen to reason. They don't want to listen to people when people tell them that's what they have. So it's very difficult to get through to those people and let them know that, hey, something ain't right. I mean, obviously, you know how like y'all will say, "Oh my God, I got this person, I got that person," especially if it's somebody in your family, and you thinking, "Oh my God, this person is getting on my nerve, and they're very toxic." But my spirits like to save people, um, not just you. And so a lot of the times the treatment will help the person that has spread it to you too. Unless this person likes being toxic and they kind of like that energy, then it's kind of difficult to, uh, because a lot of people will know. There are a lot of people that know that their energy is very toxic, and they'll think it's kind of cute or whatever. The whole point is to just protect yourself from it. Okay, so that's why I charge 1,500 for that. I was charging less, but I can't do that. I can't do that no more. Hold on, y'all. Part of the reason is because I am going to be, and it's very similar to the generational curse remover, because they're about the same price. In fact, this is in most cases where this is coming from. But it takes about 90 days of work to completely free and clear yourself of that energy. But you start to feel better immediately. Once you get the work done, you start to feel better immediately. And you know, I've never dealt with a parasitic energy that has had me down for more than 3 days. But actually, let me take that back. I have had one case where I was just literally just sick for about a week. Um, but I was still functioning because, I do a lot to clear myself. But even with doing work to clear yourself, I don't suggest every spiritualist take this on either. I don't suggest that they all take this on because, I think that you have to be somebody that, understands exactly what you're dealing with. That's why you should never do this for the money. Not ever. I don't do it for the money. I do it because it's my calling. And I have a lot of trust in my spirits. I know that they would never, ever, ever do me dirty. I trust in my spirits and I trust in God. And so I would never, ever go out there and think, oh, there's a case that I'm working for a client is going to kill me. Never. When it's my time to go, trust me, that's my time to go. So I ain't worried about that. But it is a 3 month process. Like I said, you start to feel better instantly, but I have to work it for 3 months for 3 moon cycles. Okay. So that's why I charge so much upfront for it. That way, that'll include all of the boosters that's needed, you know, and everything. So once you do it, you do start to feel clarity. You feel clearer. Um, And guys, if you're another spiritualist that's in here watching, please understand that, I'm not in competition with any of you. Okay. I am not, trust me, if I didn't have a love for people and a love for this world, I would be somewhere selling real estate. I would be somewhere selling real estate. I would be flipping houses, a millionaire by now. So, that's, I don't even want to hear that. Um, and so I believe in the blood of Jesus. What about y'all? I do. And I believe that God protects us. Um, so, that's why I charge that much though, because it can really, really, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of spiritualists that would not touch you. They'd be like, I am not touching that. And it's probably because they shouldn't. If their spirits don't tell them to do it, then they shouldn't. They shouldn't do it. It's not for you. You can't do it. Let somebody else do it. Um, so that's why I charge that much for that. And there's a lot of you that need it. A lot of people searching for energy sources, spiritual energy sources, but there's a lot of people that are being cut off from that. So, you gotta fix the problem. When you fix the problem, things will get better when you fix the actual issue instead of putting a band-aid on it, you know. Okay. So you don't have to freak out, but you can tell that they're doing it because you'll have anxiety, you'll be panicky, you'll be tired, your sex drive will go away. Uh, you won't feel yourself. You really won't. Ooh, shit. Thank you, goddess. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, that smells good. So, it's not nothing to freak out about. I mean, as things progress, as we progress and move forward, it's almost like some kind of strange, like we're traveling throughout the galaxy and running into stuff, or either stuff is going past us. I don't know. Dang, I can't believe I filled this up already. God dang. So, the hell? Wow. Are you serious? Okay. Nobody have any questions for the chat room? Everybody stuck? Damn, I can't believe I filled this big ass thing up that damn quick. Dang. Wow. Okay. Shit, I guess I really did need both of them. So, the way that I pick up on these parasites is that um you do almost have to dry them out like slugs, is a hint that I can give you. But the problem is that It's all about separating them from the person that they're feeding up on. So, you know, and then providing protection. Okay, you got to have protection from stuff like that. Okay, otherwise you'll just be fed on and you just be messed up. Okay, let me see. I think that I got this. Should have did. So, if this is your issue, your spirits are gonna give you intuition. So it's not like you're gonna call me and I'm gonna say something is feeding off of you. You're gonna already know it. So I don't give you a line. I'll let you know, yes, that is what's going on. But most of my clients that have came to me, they have already known what is going on. Your intuition tells you what is going on with you. And, you know, you can do something about it so that you can live again. Okay. Unless, of course, um, you don't like living. And it does make people suicidal and depressed. It does. It have a lot of people quite depressed. I need to put some forest moss in here. Oh well, I'll put it at the top. All right. Oh, some sugar on me. This damn thing gonna be heavy. All right, guys. I hope everybody had a good eclipse. Today was a trip. Oh my God, oh Lord have mercy. Today was a trip and a half. The whole day. If you're somebody that knows that you have these kind of parasitic entities, you should free yourself of them. Some people know that they have these attachments and they're kind of afraid to separate from them, but you know, you might want to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and you can't get it by practicing witchcraft, and that's not what causes it. There are some people that have never touched witchcraft. There are a lot of people that have never even touched a candle, lit a candle, did an incantation, and they have the same exact issue. Okay? Can a witch put those entities on you? Yes, they can if it's a witch that has those kinds of entities attached. Okay. I'm not one that does, though. Not Jamila. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. I love this forest mouse. It's so pretty. All right. So I guess nobody has any questions. If you do, you can ask them now. Or if you are, because a lot of this stuff, y'all, a lot of this stuff is very private. Like I haven't even tipped the iceberg with this discussion. Like there's so much information that becomes discovered. And when you lift this kind of shit off of you, it makes a huge difference. Okay. And so a lot of people say, well, that's not real because your mind is making it up. Uh, no, that's not what it is. It's not your mind making up you being tired and exhausted. Your mind is not making up none of that. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Oh, let me put, you know what? I meant to put 3 more pieces of garlic in here. I'll put this in here in the wrapping. I can open it. All right. Okay. Gosh dang it. Okay, hold on, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna mute real quick. Smoke of air and fire of earth, cleanse and bless this home and hearth. Drive away all harm and fear, and only good may enter here. If spirits threaten us in this place, fight fire by fire and water by water. Banish their souls into nothingness and remove their powers until the last trace. Let these evil beings flee through time and through space. No questions? All right. Well, I will catch y'all later. I hope that y'all have a happy Beltane. If y'all need to reach me, the link to my website is below. Okay. And God bless y'all. All right. Bye bye.